Kaduna State government is striving hard to entrench sustainable peace in southern Kaduna. A series of modalities have been put in place in addressing underlying factors which seem to trigger crisis in the area. This is the focus of our panorama today. More than 13 people lost their lives in a multiple motor accident along Dankandi, outskirts of Kaduna metropolis, as a result of head-on collision by two tankers. Officials of Federal Road Safety Corps and relevant agencies have been drafted to control gridlock and evacuate the remains of the deceased. Details will come to you in our subsequent bulletin. Works on the Abuja-Kaduna-Kano highway is speeding up, with contractors set to meet the year 2023 handover deadline. Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola, traveled the 371-kilometer highway, insisting on quality from contractors and the right-of-way from the public. Abdullah Mohammed reports.
Wheeling out of the city of Kano was a mixture of diversions. From a lane with men and machines laying out brand new roads to another completed with lay markings waiting for handing over.
About 643 equipment deployed.
This is the reality of the progress of work, as well as the value of its finished product. The Minister of Works and Housing has savored. To those who worry about the finish line, he says it's more of the quality than speed.
The asphalt that is laid must be laid at a specific temperature. When they are laying asphalt, I think you should come. You will see that they insert thermometers there to ensure that the temperature is right. So we are not going to compromise all of that quality, otherwise the road will fail. And we have only 24 hours in one day to work. And we want to avoid accidents also. It's our target to finish the main carriageway before 2023, May 29. And we are doing our very best to, and the President is also involved in this because we meet with his Chief of Staff every month.
And that speaks for itself. An environmentally friendly method of road construction with a world-class output. And what a way to cheer up the men whose blessed hands do the magic. On Kano, Kaduna, Abuja Highway, Abdullah Mohammed, NTA News.
Extraordinary session of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of ECOWAS on the recent coup in Burkina Faso has ended with a demand for an immediate return to constitutional democracy. President Muhammadu Buhari participated at the virtual engagement convened by ECOWAS Chairman and President of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo. State House correspondent Adam Sambo reports.
The military takeover of power in Burkina Faso on the 24th of this month was characterized by the arrest and detention of President Christian Kabore and other senior government officials, as well as the dissolution of the country's parliament. For Nigeria, this situation, which followed the examples set in Mali and Guinea, is a bad signal with negative consequences on the democratic challenges that West Africa now faces. It believes that the gains of democracy in the sub-region will be reverted.
We condemn the coup and asking for immediate return to constitutional order, the release of the president and anybody else who's being detained, and to cooperate with ECOWAS and to be part of ECOWAS, decisions.
At the closed-door engagement, President Muhammadu Buhari and other ECOWAS leaders took turns to critically analyze the situation in Burkina Faso and gave suggestions on the best way forward. ECOWAS, they admit, is at a very complex and dangerous crossroads, hence the need for effective collaboration, cooperation, and decisive steps by member states towards reversing the military action in Burkina Faso and paving the way for a return to constitutional democracy.
That the chiefs of defense staffs of the ECOWAS member states should head tomorrow to Burkina Faso to assess the situation from a strategic, also military angle, and to be followed immediately by a visit of a team of ministers of foreign affairs of ECOWAS countries, again to assess the situation and then report to a meeting of the heads of states.
What happens if those demands are not met?
Well, that will now be for the summit meeting. To now, that's what I'm saying, take a definitive decision, because they would have had the benefit of the input of the chiefs of defense staffs, the benefit of the input of the ministers of foreign affairs who would have gone there, and then they would be in a position to now take an informed and definitive decision.
The heads of state and government say they are determined to move ECOWAS away from the critical crossroads in favor of sustainable democracy, good governance, and development. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Muhammadu Buhari has given a pat on the back to the Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun for his tenacity of purpose and commitment to changing the face of the Gateway State, as well as enhancing the living standards of the people. This was while receiving a high-power delegation from the state on a thank-you visit. Again, State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
President Muhammadu Buhari was in Ogun State a fortnight ago, during which several landmark and legacy projects in critical sectors of the economy were inaugurated. Giving his impression shortly after, the president described Governor Dapo Abiodun as an example of promises made, promises kept.
Your Excellency, well done. I am proud of what you have done for your state and your people.
I am extremely excited. I am further motivated and encouraged to build on what we've done, that Mr. President has seen, and we indeed will continue to ensure that that trust by the good people of Ogun State is continuously justified.
Governor Abiodun is therefore here in the State House with a high-powered delegation comprising former governor of the state, Segun Oshoba, and the chairman, State Council of Obas, Babatunde Ajayi, to say thank you to the president for his visit, which he described as monumental. He said the president demonstrated sincere love to the people and indeed the Gateway State, where he began his military career in the 60s. The governor speaks on the secrets behind the infrastructural revolution in the state by its administration.
We are merely pursuing our vision to provide a focused and qualitative governance, whilst creating an enabling environment for a public-private sector partnership, which is fundamental to the economic growth of the state and individual prosperity. So by doing that, we have grown our AGR. By December, we are done about 100 billion in Nigeria. That is the highest ever.
During the visit, the Akarigbo of Remo Land, Oba Babatunde Ajayi, who is the chairman of the State Council of Obas, appreciated President Buhari for being part of history of Ogun State. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, has again been informed of a new high-risk critical and short messaging service-based malware, Tanglebot, which infects Android mobile devices. A statement by the Director of Public Affairs, Dr. Ikechukwu Adinde, indicates that Tanglebot employs more or less similar tactics as the recently announced notorious Floodbot SMS Android malware that targets mobile devices, stressing that Tanglebot equally gains control of the device but in far more evasive manner than the Floodbot malware. The disclosure on Tanglebot, the statement says, was made in a recent security advisory made available to the Commission's new Media Information Security Department by the Nigerian Computer Emergency Response Team, NGCERT, while noting that Tanglebot Android malware is installed when an unsuspecting user clicks on a malicious link disguised as COVID-19 vaccination appointment-related information in an SMS or information about fake local power outages that are due to occur. It reveals that the immediate consequences is that Tanglebot gains access to several different permissions when installed on a device, allowing it to eavesdrop on user communications. The malware then steals sensitive data stored on the device and monitors almost every user activity, including camera use, audio conversations, and location, among other things. Telecom consumers and other internet users are advised to refrain from opening uniform resource locators from unknown sources while using their mobile devices, and shall never respond or send reply to messages or call back a phone number that is associated with the text that they are unaware of, the statement added. Federal Road Safety Corps says its attention has been drawn to a publication by a newspaper with the caption, Promotion Racket Rocks Road Safety, published on Friday, 28 January 2022, on its front page and online platform. This is a complete misrepresentation of facts in the Corps. A statement by the Corps Public Education Officer, Assistant Corps Marshal B.C. Kazim, stated that the content of the publication is malicious and false. The statement also stated that FRSA is guided by the principle that the purpose is promotion for the advancement or upliftment of deserving officers who have met the necessary statutory requirements for promotion. The Corps wishes to applaud the watchdog role of the press and, however, called on them to be transparent and accountable. The National Defense College is to review its curriculum to enhance combat readiness of personnel and ensure they operate at optimum level. The commandant of the college, Rear Admiral Murtala Bashir, stated this in Abuja at the college steering group retreat. Ismaila Musa reports.
Nigeria is facing different internal security challenges in different parts of the country, with the military policing virtually all states of the Federation. To further upscale troops' combat efficiency in ongoing internal security operations, the National Defense College, the apex military training institution, is conducting a retreat for the college steering group to enhance their performance.
It is important, therefore, that the college curriculum and programs be tweaked to reflect contemporary demands in knowledge and research as we meet global best practices in the issues of defense, security, and national development.
We're also seeing the advent of artificial intelligence.
To the commandant of the college, Rear Admiral Murtala Bashir, besides appraising and re-evaluating its performances, it will also review the curriculum of the institution and inject new specified criteria.
We want to introduce some capstone courses and exercises, not only for the participants. We want to also involve some personnel from the ministries, departments and agencies.
There are also moves to award master's degree to participants after their 11 months intensive training at the institution. The maiden steering group retreat, which coincides with the 30th anniversary of the college, is aimed at further repositioning the college as a center of excellence. From the National Defense College in Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya has reiterated the commitment of the Nigerian Armed Forces to end banditry in the northwest and other forms of security challenges bedeviling the country. General Farouk Yahya stated this while on an operational visit to Jigawa State as part of his ongoing tour of the zone. Muhammad Askira reports.
22nd Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya is visiting Jigawa State for the first time since his appointment in May last year. The visit was mainly to assess security situation and the condition of army formations in Jigawa State. The Chief of Army Staff entourage was received by the State Deputy Governor Umar Namadi.
I was also here at the barracks before, at the GOC1 Division, and I have seen development that have gone up there, and I know also the support of the state government in that and in our other operations, including Operation Salama. I want to appreciate the state government for all its effort, all its contributions toward that operation, and urge not to relent.
All the ward heads and the village heads and the district heads, they have been instructed, clear instructions is given to them that if you have any stranger in the community which is known, she should be watched, and his activities should also be watched. And where you have seen something abnormal, that should be reported to the district, to the village head.
The Chief of Army Staff was also at the palace of the Emir of Dutse, Dr. Nuhu Muhammad Sunusi, where he sought for the blessings of the Royal Father and prayers for peace and security in the country. From Dutse, Muhammad Askira, NTA News.
A break. Panorama continues shortly. Map for peace in southern Kaduna as part of an ongoing effort to restore confidence and understanding among communities. Haruna Mohammed reports that government is consistent in bringing warring communities together on a mutual platform.
Southern Kaduna has been grappling with instability occasioned by communal and religious strife affecting socio-economic development of the area. However, Kaduna State government is worried about these and is making efforts to resolving contentious issues at the bottom of the standoff, part of which peace advocacy, stakeholders engagements, peace meetings are conveyed at the instance of Kaduna State government to address some burning issues tend to polarize the society on ethnic or religious lines.
The hands of the clock have been pulled backwards in many areas. In the area of education, many schools here have closed. Farming activities have been badly affected, equally affected. As you can see, the Zango market here has been out of existence for the past 6 months or more.
Samuel Arwan, the Kaduna State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, said government is doing everything possible to ensure peace and stability in southern Kaduna.
So what do we do? How do we solve this problem? Solution to this problem is recourse to the law. And this has been our position since 2015. When we recourse to the law, it will go a long way in averting the calamity that we are going through.
Representatives of various interest groups are of the opinion that lasting solution to peace in the area is that people must resort to the restoration of law and order. The establishment of military base for quick response, especially in some flashpoints, remains factor in overcoming the problem. Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
And now for the discussion segment, we have Muhammad Ali, a security expert in our studios. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Fine, thank you. Sir, what do you think the move by Kaduna State government to douse? What do you think about the move by Kaduna State government to douse tension in communities, especially the southern part of Kaduna?
Well, broadly speaking, security has to do with the level of life of the quality of life of the people and the poverty level within a given environment. Having said this, I think the step taken by the Kaduna State government in identifying the problems bedeviling peace and peaceful coexistence within the southern Kaduna axis, I think is very timely. And they've taken the right steps by identifying and calling on community leaders, religious and sectional leaders for a meeting, because through that we'll be able to address the seemingly irreconcilable contentious issues that have for decades been a problem that has been militating against peace and peaceful coexistence within southern Kaduna. So I believe government is on the right course. All that needs to be done is for the larger society to give their support to what government is set to do. And in doing that, we must not give qualifiers, because when you are discussing about peace and peaceful coexistence, there must be no qualifiers. People must come with an open mind in order to interact and embrace one another in order for peace to prevail.
Okay, the peace restoration process, how genuine do you think it is?
It is very genuine. It is not political, because I want to dispel the feeling by some quarters that there is politics in it. There is nothing political about it. What government is doing is trying to address the underlying factors that have for decades been the stumbling block to peace and tranquility in southern Kaduna.
So, can you say what can you say about the nature of peaceful existence and how do we consolidate on it?
Peace and peaceful coexistence is an important project for every human being. As such, we can consolidate on this by giving our support, both morally and financially, in order to succeed, so that peace will return to southern Kaduna, and for each and everyone, regardless of the differences in ethnicity and religion, to embrace one another so that there will be peace and tranquility once more in southern Kaduna.
Thank you very much, sir. That's all we can take.
Thank you for having me.
Traditional rulers and Islamic clerics have been asked to mount rigorous enlightenment campaigns on the importance of voter education as a veritable tool for the success of the forthcoming election. Independent National Electoral Commission in Kaduna State has made this submission at a one-day seminar for traditional rulers and Islamic clerics on continuous voter registration. Slema Rugachkun reports.
For 2019 general elections, Kaduna State was the third state after Lagos and Kano with about 4 million registered voters. However, there is sharp decline in figures as the ongoing continuous voter registration progresses. The Independent National Electoral Commission in Kaduna is worried over the public apathy in obtaining voters' card.
Kaduna is not doing very well.
To remedy the situation, a number of strategies have been adopted by the Commission, among them engaging critical stakeholders to draw their attention on the problem.
We felt that we have to engage all the stakeholders and inform them and sensitize them.
Addressing this concern is what the assemblage of traditional institutions and ulamas are discussing with a view to finding amicable resolution.
So we are urging our people, to keep sentiments and disgruntlement aside and come and register and invite others that are not aware.
The seminar provided much needed atmosphere for the electoral umpire and the participants to mutually agree to use available means to assist the Commission in overcoming the challenge. Sulema Rigachkun, NTA News.
Up next, sports update with